Hello and welcome back to the Shack. I'm sorry I haven't had an update in a while. I'm working pretty hard on a new project. And I'm not quite ready to talk about it yet, but as soon as I am, you guys are going to be the first to know about it. Now today we are looking at a viewer request from a Richard McGrath. We are looking at 7-Up Cherry. Now 7-Up is an interesting drink. It was started in 1929 in St. Louis by a man named Charles Leiper Grigg for a company called Howdy. He'd actually already produced a soft drink called Howdy. It was an orange flavored soda. And he wanted to make a lemon lime one. Apparently everyone was making lemon lime at the time, so he made 7-Up. 7-Up was originally a soft drink that contained lithia, better known now as the drug lithium, which is used to treat a number of mental disorders. And this was at a time when that sort of pseudoscience, pseudo-medical bunk was at its peak. You know, you could buy tapeworms for dieting, you could buy radium suppositories, you could buy radium cups to drink irradiated water out of, which was good for your body. Of course, we now know that this is terrible stuff that can cause all sorts of cancers and other horrible things to your body. But at the time, just throwing untested, medical stuff into your product was a cool thing to do. And so that's how 7-Up actually started. It wasn't as bad as radium, but still, it's not cool to just throw drugs into your stuff. Anyway, no one really knows why 7-Up's called 7-Up. There's a lot of rumors about it. There's a lot of urban legends. One that the original formula had 7 ingredients, but apparently that's not true. And of course the formula has varied a lot over the years, and so we can't actually say for certain if that's true. 2 is that the name 7-Up contains 7 letters, but that doesn't make any sense because you would need the name to count the numbers, but the numbers derive from the name. It's circular logic that just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid, to be honest. Another is that Charles Leiper Grigg was a big-time gambler, and whether it's roulette or poker, it varies depending on who you're talking to. The number 7 was important in him winning a lot of money, and so that's what he named his drink. That can't be proven either. And so really, no one knows. And there's another good rumor coming around that the red dot in the 7-Up logo is actually representative of Charles Leiper Grigg. He had albinism, he was an albino, and that red dot represents his red eyes. Well, that's bunk. We can see pictures of the man online. He has dark hair, he has dark eyes. Sure, they're black and white photos, but you can tell he doesn't have albinism. And the red dot didn't appear until the 1970s anyway. So it's an urban legend. Now, this cherry 7-Up that I have today isn't from my usual American soda store. This is actually from the UK. I found it at an import shop, Young and Wellesley here in Toronto. Funnily enough, I didn't know this. UK Pops actually have 330 milliliters as opposed to the 355 we have in North America. I always thought 355 doesn't make any sense, but if you're an American where the can originates, it's 12 fluid ounces, which is a good even number. So anyway, I'm looking forward to cracking open this can right now. Now I'm going to be honest. I looked at a lot of cherry pops on the show. We looked at the Mountain Dew Code Red. We looked at the Mountain Dew Game Fuel. We looked at the Cherry Coke. And I was expecting a really artificial, bright red, disgusting, super sweet candy pop. The color of this is clear. It's like water. It's like 7-Up. And that has me quite hopeful. It has the faintest smell. It's cherry, but it's not intense. You need to get it right up there just to get like a slight hint of it. It doesn't have an aroma to it. And it tastes like a maraschino cherry. Not like a fresh cherry, but like a maraschino cherry. A candied cherry. But not a candied cherry, but not a cherry candy. It still tastes like a real fruit. It has that sort of tanginess, sourness to it. That's very good. It almost tastes like this sort of cherry flavoring you'd have in a cherry Coke, but without obviously the Coke. There's no cola to it. And so if you want something cherry, but something that isn't like a vile, oversweet, slimy, fake cherry, this is actually pretty good stuff. I'd recommend it. Very smooth too, but I have a feeling that's because this is from the UK. In the UK, they don't actually put high fructose corn syrup into their soft drinks, because unlike in the US and Canada, there aren't massive government subsidies on corn that cause corn to be added to things that it doesn't need to be added to. That's actually some pretty cool stuff. I like it. Now, one thing that threw me for a loop that I'd like to leave you guys with is this can is shorter than the American can. It's 25 milliliters less, but it's heavier. It's actually substantially more heavy than this Cherry Coke can. It actually threw me out for a loop. It feels like at the end of a can of pop, like when it's empty but not quite, and there's a little bit left, you feel like you can slam the can back and get that last little bit of juice out of it. Kind of feels like that, but there's nothing left in it. Really weird. But anyway, you guys have a good one.